10th grade, somewhere in between. You're not an upperclassman, you're not a junior, you're not a senior, but you're also not a freshman, right? So you have to start thinking about what's coming next. Are you thinking about college, or what are you thinking about for after you graduate high school? Before we get into that, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of the LHS counselors and advisors. So below each picture, you see last names A through D or E through K and some letters. If your last name starts with an A, Ms. Harris is your counselor. Or if your last name starts with L, Ms. Lillard is your counselor. You all know that. You should have already met with your counselor last year, and you'll be meeting with them this year as well. In the bottom right, you see me, Mr. Justice, Joshua Justice. I'm the college advisor here at LHS. I help with career planning, college planning, whatever you're thinking about doing after high school. That's what I'm here to help with. Now we have Mrs. Zanella. She is the new LFCC career coach. She's here to help with dual enrollment and enrollment with LFCC for 2-year programs and all of those things revolving LFCC and community college. So if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out to her. All the emails are listed below everyone's picture. Now, goals for this year. I think it's really important to set goals at the beginning of each year, especially if you're planning for long-term goals like we are right now. Graduation is not for 3 years, right? You have 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. So you may think you have a lot of time, right? Wrong. So you have to start taking classes now that are going to set you up for your future. You have to start taking classes that are going to allow you to take those APs and dual enrollments or those advanced level ag classes or trade classes. It's really important now that you're exploring what you want to do, figuring it out so you can get on those pathways and succeed for after graduation. Let's say you don't have any idea what you want to do. You don't know if you want to go to college, if you want to join the military, you don't know if you want to do a trade, you're kind of lost a little bit, right? And that's okay too. But now and this year is the time to start exploring and figuring that out. So here's a little checklist of things that are really important for you to do this year. And this is a really general checklist just to kind of hit the high notes and the high points of things that you might not have thought about for post-high school planning. Of course, there's a lot more I could go into. I could talk for hours about this kind of stuff. So if you have questions, please email me. So if you don't know what you're doing, identify what you might want to do. Sit down, think, what classes do you like? What things do you like to do outside of class? There's some websites here that I've listed, Career One Stop and VA Wizard. Those are kind of career clusters or aptitude tests that'll give you some ideas of potential careers or pathways that you could take in order to get a good job after high school. Check them out. They can be kind of random or seemingly random, but that doesn't mean that they are, right? They just give you an idea of potential interest based off of what you do now or what you like to do now. Review LHS classes, right? So you've probably already got your schedule now, and that's good, but you might want to start planning for your junior and your senior year so you can make sure you get those high-level classes, those advanced classes in the field that you're thinking about pursuing. And now's the time to kind of start exploring colleges and how to apply. Of course, you have junior and senior year to do that, but it's good to start the process now really generally. So when you get to junior and senior year, you're not really shocked or blown away by the number of colleges in Virginia or what it takes to actually apply to one. As I said before, you should know your counselor by now, but if not, take this chance and take this next week, maybe email them or reach out and set up an appointment just so you can get that connection going and tell them your plans so they can help you plan for that. So if you're thinking of doing sports or if you're thinking of going to college or whatever, there's certain steps you're going to need to take and they can help you with it and I can help you with it. So please reach out. The PSAT, which is the practice SAT, SAT is the test you'll need to take to attend colleges or most colleges, not all of them. We can talk about that when that time comes for you, junior, senior year. It's still scheduled to happen on October 29th. It's still scheduled to be in person. That is all has the potential to change. So it's not concrete, and you will be notified of any changes or anything around that testing date. And update your academic planner in Infinite Campus. You've all probably already done that already, but if you haven't, it's a good chance to kind of explore some LHS classes and start thinking about what classes you're going to need to take now in order to prepare for those classes in the future. Look for summer opportunities, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but summer is a great opportunity to explore yourself and explore potential fields of interest and gain life experience. So we talked a little bit about academics. Let's talk some about the extracurriculars. I know there's no sports, no fall sports right now, but that doesn't mean there's not any ways to get involved. There are still a lot of clubs that are going to be active this year and this semester for you to be involved with outside of the classroom side of things, right? And if you're thinking about going to college, it's really important that you get involved. Colleges don't want to see, someone who has A's and everything, but, they don't have any extracurriculars. They're not in any clubs. They want to see, a well-balanced student. And then if you're thinking about playing college sports, now is the time to tell your counselor, to tell me, to tell your coach, to start planning, because there are class requirements. There are certain things you have to do to be even eligible to play college sports. And GPA does matter. This is just to highlight some of the neat clubs and to show you what a wide variety there are. Spanish Honor Society, Project Lit, Taekwondo, just to name a few. And there, believe it or not, are more clubs at LHS than there are at some colleges. Take advantage of it. There's so many awesome opportunities here at LHS, and if you're not utilizing them, you're only hurting yourself by not taking advantage of them. So looking ahead, like I mentioned earlier, it's really early in the fall and then the semester, and you're thinking, I just finished this summer. Why do I need to think about next? Well, this is just some food for thought if you are looking to think about what you're going to do next summer. Look for an internship, apply for a job. College costs money, trade schools cost money. It's really important that you're planning now on how you're going to afford them and how you're going to pay for them. And have that talk with your parents as well. See if maybe they're saving, or if they're expecting you to kind of step into that role and maybe get a job and help pay for your own education. And volunteer. So volunteering and internship can kind of look like the same thing. Maybe if you're thinking about going to be a vet, you could volunteer at an animal shelter. If you're thinking about working as a mechanic, you could maybe get an internship or volunteer at a garage or something like that. There's a lot of ways you can get involved in the community. And if you need help finding opportunities, reach out to your counselor, reach out to me, and we can help. We've talked about a lot. You have some tools and resources to figure out what direction you want to go. And if you don't know where to get started, if you think, wow, this is awesome, Mr. Justice, but I still don't know how to get started, send me an email. I'll help get you on the right path. But you're going to need to meet with your counselor or me, like I just mentioned, at least once a year or even once a semester, and more often when you become a junior or a senior. Because once you become a junior or senior, the deadlines change and there's more important things you might need to be planning for on a monthly, on a semesterly basis. Questions. I know this isn't live, it's a recorded video, so if you do have questions, please send me an email. You can call this counseling office number, just ask for me. I'm really happy to talk to you, talk to your parents, talk to anyone about your plans for the future and how you're going to get there. My Twitter handle is here as well. I tweet about, college stuff, scholarships, not directly applicable for you guys, but once you become juniors and seniors, it's going to be pretty helpful for you. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you all have a great school year, and I look forward to hearing from you and meeting with you.